for tuning in. This is Seattle Connected. Seattle Connected, yes. The show that connects you with entrepreneurs, business people, movers and shakers in our community, letting you know who they are first before they become household names like we know they soon will be, right?
Right.
Okay. Today's guest is the queen of making something out of nothing. She loves to accessorize, and not just because it's something to do. She wants to make sure that you look your best, because if you look your best, you're going to feel your best. It takes a lot of coordination to do what she does. Anyone can't do this. You can't just throw stuff together. It's like preparing a nice meal. After the meal is made, you want to make sure it looks right on the plate, right? Right. So she does not do a one size fits all. She wants to cater to your style and your flair. She styled some of the biggest names in Hollywood, some of the people that you know. And if you don't know, you'll know them soon. Please give it up for my friend, the amazing, the accomplished Ife. What's up?
Hello, what's up? That was a fabulous intro.
Was it
I
okay?
loved that. Yeah, I
Okay.
loved that. I may want to have you send that to me. I just listen to it in the morning
I got you.
for motivation.
Yes, nice affirmations. How's it going?
It's going great, man. It's it's the end of the year and
Yeah.
we're finishing strong. My birthday's on Monday on the
What?
23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Christmas baby.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So I'm just working hard to finish the year strong with her glow and with everything that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay, you look well. I love
you.
those pants.
Thank you. You know, everybody loves these pants. I get so many compliments
Yeah?
on these pants.
Are
Yeah,
they warm?
They are, and they're really comfortable.
Yeah. Nice. Comfort is important.
Yes.
So welcome. Let's
Thank you.
jump right in.
Yes.
Are you born and raised Washingtonian?
I am. I'm a Seattle native.
Yeah.
Born and raised
All right.
in Seattle. Lived other places, of course, but
Okay.
yes, born and raised here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I could kind of sense that, but I wanted to ask. I didn't want to assume, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. So I can, yeah. All right. Nice. So what parts of, so you said Seattle, and then when you moved, did you move out of the state or just
Yes.
around the state?
Yeah, just went away to school. Went away to school in Washington, did undergrad, and my undergraduate work in Washington D.C. at
Okay.
American University, and then my graduate work at Goldsmiths, the University of London in the UK.
Really?
Lived in L.A. for 7 years. Did the whole struggling artist thing with my music and all the all that stuff. Being an artist, which is a different part of what I'm doing now,
Yeah.
but it's all connected. But yeah, so. Lived in New York for a quick minute, so just have lived, different places, but definitely born and raised here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you nonchalantly threw that in there, as an artist in music, and you're out in the
I know this is,
UK.
we're talking more about this stuff, right? The
Yeah.
accessories and
This is
and
your
her
time.
glow,
We
but
can
it's
talk
all
about whatever.
connected. So
Yeah.
I'll share some of that, but it's all connected. Everything I do to me is a connection and an extension of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a promise to myself a long time ago that I would share all the gifts that God has given me to the best of my ability. So that's what I try to do.
Well, I thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
How was it living in the UK?
It was good overall. I think with London, I was specifically in London. I think for me, London is a place that I would rather visit. Not so sure that I'd want to live there again. Maybe. I mean, I would love to perform in the West End or do shows there because they love black music. And I would love to, fashion-wise, work with folks over there and stuff. So I would go there to work, but I don't know if it's somewhere I would live again. But I had a good experience. It was a graduate program, and I got an MA in creative and cultural entrepreneurship. And it was an interesting experience. I had a 5-year plan. I actually wanted to be there for like 5 years and do my whole, UK thing.
Okay.
But I ended up having to come back early. My mom ended up having hip surgery back to back and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I had to come back a little earlier than planned. But overall, it was a good experience.
Okay. I like how you mentioned it's the kind of place you'd want to visit, but not necessarily live.
Yeah. That's two different things.
Yeah,
To visit versus living. Yeah.
Yeah,
You understand.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. So you came back to Washington,
Yeah.
and what brought you back to Washington? Was it just like you miss home, or you just had plans that weren't really going to work for what you were trying to do, and was it New York at the time?
Yeah, so it was kind of a combination of it's actually I wasn't intending to come back as early as I did. I had just, if you can believe this, I had just gotten offered a regular singing gig at a small spot, like a couple blocks from my graduate student housing, but I literally couldn't find a place to stay in time. And my graduate school housing, my lease was up, and it was like, either you're going to stay here or you got to go back to the States. And I couldn't find a place in time. I didn't know a ton of people, you know, and I ended up having to come back here. And then, like I said, my mom had some health challenges, so I ended up coming back to kind of take care of my mom and help her out. And I've kind of been back ever since. So, yeah.
I'm glad you came back.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been interesting being back. So much has changed. I've been back for probably about 8 years now, so it's been a while. But yeah, I'm glad I came back to Seattle. Has really changed. If you could agree, from when we were growing up, we're probably around the same age group, or maybe we are. I might be younger. I don't know.
You probably are.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, just to watch the changes and kind of figure out where is my place in that as an artist. Where is my place in the growth and the transition of the city, kind of in the world, but then also as an artist, what do you want to contribute, you know, to the change and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
So being such a multi-talented artist, what is your favorite form of art that you like to put out there into the world?
Ooh, my favorite. Can I have two, or does it have to be one?
See, why do we always got to do extra? Can I have two?
Can I make
two
it
and a
two?
half? Well, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Let me throw out one, because a birdie told me that you did some modeling.
That's true.
Okay.
That's
but
true.
if you want to go ahead and throw out two. Go ahead.
Okay, so music. I'm a singer and a songwriter. I love music. I love to write and arrange and stuff.
Okay.
Vocal arranger. I don't play instruments. I don't play piano very well. But then I also, right now, especially with what I'm doing with Her Glow, which we'll get into, I love making everything I'm wearing, the jewelry you seeing, I made.
Really?
So I really love making accessories. I'm really into just adornment, you know, and helping women to feel their best. Because when you feel your best, like you said at the top, it helps you, you know, when you look your best, it helps you feel your best, and you move through the world differently when you have that confidence.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily, you know, being superficial that, you know, everything's about how you look. It's more so, you know, bringing out the best, learning as a woman how to bring out the best in yourself. It's not about looking like your favorite celebrity or trying to look like someone else.
Right.
It's about looking like the best version and being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say music and creating accessories, whether it's, you know, the ring candy, neck candy, things I sell in the candy shop, or whether it's a bag I'm designing, whether it's a hat I'm designing, anything that you can wear and put on to help you feel beautiful. I'm really into that right now.
Yeah. And shout out to women too.
Yeah, you like women. You
Yeah,
like us.
Hey, listen, you know, my mom was a woman.
And your daughter.
Yeah.
Is
Shout
a
out to
woman.
them.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. I think that's awesome that you have this passion for music, like creating, and a lot of people don't understand writing and arranging. Like it's harder than you can imagine. Like, you know what you want to do, but I mean, like, to put it together, the whole process is not as easy as most people think, you know. But as far as with you accessorizing and making sure that you look, you know, a certain way, I think that's cool, because sometimes we'll have a curveball thrown our way throughout the day. But if you feel like this is one thing I can control before I leave, you know, you just feel that much better.
You feel better. That's right. That's right.
And you feel like you can take on the world as you glow. Glow.
Yes, that's right.
Let your soul glow. Remember that?
Well,
Coming to America?
Yeah, no, and the Jerry curls.
Come on, man.
I love Coming to America.
Okay.
So I'll give you that.
All right.
I give you that.
So, all right, you mentioned Her Glow.
Yes.
Can you let us know about Her Glow? First of all, I want to know how you came up with the name, and then tell us all about Her Glow. Whose glow?
So, Her Glow. Her Glow.
Her Glow.
Hers.
Yes.
So, Her Glow was actually a result of, it was actually my final grad school project. So we had to come up in my entrepreneurship program. We had to come up with a product, like our own little business plan, like a product we wanted to sell. And that's what we did our final thesis on. And so Her Glow is just about, it initially started off, this is no shade to my sisters in the UK, okay, beautiful black and brown sisters. But when I first arrived to London, I kid you not, the first week when I was just kind of walking around and getting acclimated and finding my way and et cetera, I couldn't, every time I got on the tube, which is the train, they call that the tube, or I was going to get food or going to class, to campus, whatever I was doing, I kept noticing that all of the black women that I saw, or the majority, something was going on with their hair. And I was like, what is going on? Everyone's hair looks crazy. The braids aren't together. Their hair's not laid. It's not a what. And I said, okay, well, I'm an American, so maybe, I'm used to, it's different here. And for a while, I just was so taken aback. I was like, where are the black hair salons? What's going on with black women and their hair in the UK? Yeah. And so initially, that's what Her Glow was about. It was going to be a hair salon for black women in London. And then the vision was I would bring over, kind of celebrity hairstylists from America and let the UK, because I was like, sisters here need help. What's going on? And so as I started to dive more into that, what I started to discover was that really this was bigger than just kind of hair, even though there were issues with that. It's changed now. There are more black salons there. Black women are able to be serviced more there with their hair and all that stuff. But initially it was like, okay, how can I help women feel their best? And you know how you feel when you glow, like when you get that glow. And it's like, how can I when you see someone really striking, or someone who just has it, they look like they have it all together, but they're very well pulled together.
Yes.
The hair is together, whatever the hair is. The nails are together, the vibe, the energy. It's like, how can I get her glow? How can I look like that? How can I get her? I'll have what she's having, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where the name came from, which is how can I get her glow? And then it started off, like I said, with hair, but then I evolved it into something bigger. So what really Her Glow is about is inner and outer beauty for women. It's about empowering women. So there's the retail side, which is the Her Glow candy shop, because when I first started making jewelry, I made earrings and I used to call them ear candy. And so then I expanded into wrist candy, ring candy, neck candy, hat candy, all of the candies. That was my way of describing accessories. And so there's a retail side, that's the Her Glow candy shop. But then the other side of it is I teach an empowerment workshop. It's called the Her Glow Empowerment Workshop. And I'm bringing it back next year. I haven't taught it in a few years, but I'm revitalizing and revamping it for where we're going to be at in 2025. And what I think women need to know to empower them in this age. I was in school 10 years ago, so a lot's changed since when I first used to teach the empowerment course. So there's two parts to it. I've spent the past 3 years here in Seattle really building the retail side, because that's what people have been responding to.
Yeah.
They love my pieces. They love all the visual stuff and all this stuff. But they don't know everybody doesn't know about the other side, the empowerment side, which is the classes and the teaching and all of that stuff. So I'm getting ready to relaunch that, and get back into that too. So it's a combination of both. It's the outer beauty and looking good, because I used to teach makeup classes and stuff too. I don't do that anymore.
Another one of your many talents, I see. and I like how you did that too.
A little bit.
Makeup classes and everything else.
Yeah, I used to do all of that. But yeah, so it's just all of it comes down to how can I use my gifts to empower women? So goes women, so goes the culture.
Yeah.
We hold it up. So how can I help us do that and love ourselves more?
Just totally off base, but at the same time it kind of fits. How do you feel about women supporting women? Do you think that's something that women need to do more of? Like you were saying about acknowledging if there's a woman that has something kind of, she has her stuff together, and not throwing shade, but being like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Look at her.
It's crucial. We have to do that. And I try to do that as much as I can, be verbal and vocal. When I see someone I don't know, I may try to throw them a compliment or say something to them. But also in our one-on-one relationships, the most important relationship in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. Everything starts there.
Wow.
And I think with us, it could be more challenging to acknowledge another woman or uplift another woman when you don't know how to do that for yourself, right? So the inner work is the most important part. But yes, you're absolutely right. Women supporting women is crucial.
Yeah.
On any level. Now, you're not going to always get along with everyone. Yeah. We're all human beings. We have different personalities, different energy.
True.
But that doesn't mean you have to tear someone down. They don't have to be your best friend, but any way that I can support, especially in business, other entrepreneurs, other small business owners, women-owned businesses, any way we can just be of service, whether it's passing on information or if you do spark a friendship and you support each other more personally, that's great too. But women supporting women is absolutely crucial.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know someone by the name of Sierra Jackson? That's my baby cousin.
I feel like Sierra, I know a couple people named Sierra,
Check
but
her
if
out.
I saw her face, I
Yep.
would know. I'm good with faces.
Okay.
Yeah, if I've seen you and I've met you, I usually remember I've
Yeah.
seen you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
Is
introduce
she here?
you to her.
She's in Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Rays, man.
Yeah,
That's my baby
introduce me.
cuz. She's doing her
Absolutely.
thing, real deal fashion. Check her out. How you doing,
Yeah.
Sierra? See?
I see her.
Yeah. But she's cool. You kind of remind me of her, just your energy and, everything you're saying kind of makes sense because it starts at home. It starts with yourself.
Absolutely.
So I think that's really awesome. Did you always have that entrepreneurial spirit? Or is this like going back to when you were a kid? Or she's
Oh,
like,
boy.
oh, boy.
Yes. The
like-
short answer and truthful answer is yes.
Yeah.
I was the kid. I had the lemonade stand in front of my house.
Mm.
I did all of that. I got my very first job under the table. The legal age to work in Washington, I don't know if this has changed, but it used to be 16.
Mm-hmm.
I got my very first job at Ticketmaster Northwest when I was 15. I impressed the hiring manager so much, the supervisor, that she gave me the job even though I was 15, hadn't turned 16 yet. That was my very first job, and the only reason I wanted to work at Ticketmaster was because BBD and Keith Sweat and Johnny Gill, the Triple Threat Tour, were going back, folks, was coming to Seattle, and I wanted good tickets. And they said, well, if you work at Ticketmaster, they give you tickets in the first 10 rows. And I'm obsessed with New Edition, so I was like, I got it. And I was like, if I work at Ticketmaster, I can go see New Edition. That's how I was thinking as a kid, right?
Yeah.
So that ended up being my very first job. I got it. Like, again, she paid me under the table. She was so impressed with me. And that's just, that's an example of how I've always been. When I want something, I'm very much a go-getter. If you're into astrology, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very ambitious. I've always been entrepreneurial and a go-getter. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. She went back a couple
went back.
years.
I'm telling my age a little bit. All right.
No. Did you see MC Hammer when he was here back in the day?
Ooh.
Because and the reason why I'm
I
asking,
think I did see Hammer.
the reason why I'm asking.
Did Bobby Brown open for him?
There was another group.
Opened for him.
There was a group that opened up for him. It was Hammer, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, Mary J. Blige. But I want to tell you, there was a group that opened up for him by the name of TLC. I don't know if you
That's
ever
my
heard
favorite.
of them.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
it
I
was
went
so,
to that show.
But it was so cool. That was like TLC opening up.
I think I went to that show.
But
Yeah.
so I like how you're like, I can meet them. And did you get a chance to meet them?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet them.
You
But
know-
I had great seats.
Yeah.
And I'm still obsessed with New. And we call it
I'm
Any
a
for
big
Life.
fan, yeah.
If you're Any for Lifer, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm a huge
BBD
fan.
is an extension. Anything they do solo all counts under
Yeah,
the
you
umbrella.
support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my very first job.
I always tell people they were kind of like Wu-Tang before Wu-Tang. How they split,
they split.
did all these different ventures. They come back together and
yeah.
all that. Just really
That's
dope.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I had a job, since we're talking about Ticketmaster, I had a job at Warehouse Music,
Okay.
and it wasn't too far away from here. So,
You miss record stores?
I do.
I do too.
I
I miss
do.
Tower.
But,
You miss Tower Records?
of course,
Man,
that was so nostalgic. That was a good time.
Remember when you used to go when you knew something was coming out?
Yeah.
And you would go in and day it
Yeah.
dropped or go get
Yep.
the new.
That was an event.
Gosh, I miss that. Kids now don't know. First of all, I miss having CD players.
Yep.
And walking around with my music in that way. I know you can do it now in a
Yeah,
different way.
I
We
know.
stream it.
It's just
But I
different.
love being able to go and buy the CD and read the
Right.
liner
Yeah, me
notes
too.
and learn the
Yeah,
lyrics.
even
and,
the smell of it, taking the
all of it.
plastic off and
oh
everything.
man, and your CD, your book,
Yeah.
and the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just missed that. But yeah, I love
Good
record
time.
stores. Yeah,
I
you worked
was-
at Warehouse Music.
I was able to, this is so awesome. When tickets would come out, say they went on sale at 10, my supervisor would let me in like 9:30, whatever, lock the doors behind me. He's like, they don't know when it's 10. Our clock could say 9:58, so I would automatically get first dibs on tickets. I
Nice.
saw it
Wow.
was Jay-Z, DMX, Method Man, and Redman at the Tacoma Dome,
Mm-hmm.
third row. Yeah,
Nice.
and you don't even want to talk about how cheap those tickets were back then. But listen,
Man,
man, I
compared
miss.
to now, I
Oh
haven't. I'm
man,
trying to think of the last time I've been to a big like arena show or a major
it's been
show.
a minute.
Cause who's touring now? Like Taylor Swift
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I
you
don't
know
even know.
whoever's touring.
Yeah,
People are back out now since COVID's kind of over or whatever you want to say about that. But yeah, I haven't been. I'm trying to think of the last time I've really been to a major show. I go to smaller shows and stuff, but like an arena show, gosh, it's been
okay.
a minute. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, how about this? Since we're talking about music,
Okay.
what's one artist, if you had a chance, that you would love to style?
Ooh, that I would love.
And you can say two if you want. If you're gonna say, yeah, can I do
See,
two?
yeah, you trying to
Yeah,
come for me? I
yeah.
see you. I
No,
see you.
no, it's out of love.
Let me think. Gosh, that's a good question. Trying to think fast. Think fast. Who'd I love to? Maybe Rihanna.
Mm,
Actually, her name is Rihanna. That's the West Indian the Caribbean pronunciation. We're all saying her name wrong.
okay.
But her, or I'm trying to think of someone who I think kind of needs it. And honestly, as much as I love Rihanna's music, I've never really liked her style.
Okay.
I've always wanted to put her in different things. So she's probably number one. We'll go with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Love her as an artist, but I would love to just when I see her on red carpets and different things, I'm always finding myself going, now why did she pick that?
Yeah.
Why did she pick that? I would love to put her in something else. She's got
Mm,
such a great face, and
yeah.
now she's a mom, so maybe her
Mm-hmm.
style's shifting a little bit. But yeah, I would love to put her in some of my stuff for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the candy shop.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. The candy shop. So it's the Herglow Candy Shop is an online store. I don't have a brick and mortar at this point.
Yet.
Yet.
It's coming.
I did do a program. I want to shout out Seattle Restored, which is a program out of our current mayor Bruce Harrell's office, which was started during COVID. And the point of Seattle Restored was to help rebuild downtown after COVID, after all of those buildings that became vacant and all that stuff. So what Seattle Restored does is it connects empty storefronts with small businesses to give you a chance to have a store. And they let you do it for a few months to kind of test it out, and they pay you and they support you, and it's a whole thing. It's an opportunity for small business owners to have a storefront for a small period of time. So I did that last year for about 6 months. And otherwise, the candy shop is online, herglowcandyshop.com. And you can find me anywhere in the city. I literally do events, I do markets and pop ups throughout the whole region, even on the east side. I'll be in Kirkland on Saturday. I'm in Seattle. I'm throughout the city all the time doing different events. You can follow us, of course, on Instagram and all that stuff to see. I always post flyers and try to let folks know where I'll be because we have a big following. I'm very proud of. People come out and shop with me, and they rebuy, repurchase, all that stuff. But yeah, so the candy shop is my outlet for what I love, which are accessories. I think they can elevate any look. You can literally just wear a t-shirt and jeans, but if you accessorize it in a certain way, it makes you look fly. You know what I mean?
That's
it takes
true.
you to the next level, or it can.
Yeah.
And so half of the pieces I make, and then half of them I don't. But I curate everything, in the store. So it's all my taste. It's all a reflection of what this stuff. Really, my philosophy with creating jewelry is I just do what I think is cool. So I make stuff that I would buy or that I want to see, and then I just go from there.
You don't try to force anything.
No, I'm not into trends and what's the trending color and what's the, et cetera, et cetera. I get these visions, these little downloads of stuff. And I'm like, what is that? How would it look if I did this? Or what, how would it look if I did that? Or, I'll just get like visions and ideas, and then I just make them. So I make all the samples, and I'll make them at home first, and I'll wear them like everything I'm wearing now with the wrist candy I have on. Were just ideas. Like this one in the middle, for example, this more metallic one was from a release I did last year to celebrate the Little Mermaid. We had our first black Little Mermaid, our first black Disney mermaid. And so these were supposed to be It's called the Ariel collection because her name is Ariel if you're into Disney. And so the Ariel collection was supposed to look like you're under the sea. So it's this whole metallic collection, stuff like that. Like I'll get
Yeah.
inspired by stuff from the culture or from pop culture or from what's going on around us, or just I'll take something I love, like my favorite colors or a vibe,
Yeah.
and then I'll just create something and then I wear it, and I'm kind of like a walking billboard.
Yeah.
And then I let people respond and tell me if they like it. And the stuff that gets the most attention, that's the stuff I sell.
Oh.
That's how I like to do it.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, this is the thing people are vibing with. And, if it gets ignored pretty much, I'm like, maybe I'll just keep this for myself. I'm not going to sell it. But if people keep stopping me on the street, which I get a lot with different things, I'm like, oh, this is going in the store.
So you're the face of your own brand.
I am.
You're the
currently,
model.
Currently.
Yeah.
I do have another young lady that I work with who I really like. She's a great look. I'm actually looking for a couple more models just to have some variety in looks. But essentially, yes, it is built around me and my taste and my style. So I am kind of the main face, but I am incorporating other looks, other women too.
Yeah. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What is the most impactful piece of advice that you received since you've started your own business? And what is something that you learned that really like hit home, that what you were doing was what you were meant to do? Like something that said, you know what? I'm glad I chose this, or this is for me, or I'm glad I made that choice.
That's a great question. Two questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the first was, what's the most impactful
Advice.
piece of advice?
Yes, that someone gave you.
Probably to stay on top of your business, the business side of it. That's been, to be honest, that's been my biggest challenge, has been staying on top of the back end stuff. Pay your taxes, pay them correctly.
Say that one more time.
Pay them on time, pay them quarterly, people. I've had to learn the hard way with that. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask. Just more back end stuff about making sure, because I have a degree in journalism and I'm a digital marketer and I have kind of this whole other, that's been my kind of 9-to-5 life. I understand that piece of it. I understand the marketing and all of that, but the business side is really, really important to add to your team someone who can help you make sure that financially you're making the right choices and you're aligned with the law and what you're supposed to be doing. That's been the biggest challenge for me. That's the best way to answer that question for me, is to make sure you're on top of your business, the back end of your business. It's not just about how it looks and the fun part and being cute. It's about making sure you are setting up and establishing a foundation so that, financially you're doing what you need to be doing. And then your second question is, what was the second question again?
You already forgot. Really? Is
What
that
was the
like
second
is that
question?
a Capricorn
I'm just
thing?
talking
You
and talking.
That means you're having a good time.
I
Hey.
am having a good time.
All right. What was a moment or
Yes.
Yeah.
The moment. How do I know that I'm doing like
you
that
were
that
this is-
affirmation? Yeah. I get them all the time, man, from people. It's the direct feedback I get from people, the testimonials, if you will, about how they incorporate either what. And I know this may sound, it's just like, well, how is jewelry making a big impact, or how is this? But I'm telling you, you're not just selling jewelry or accessories, you're selling an experience, and you're coming into people's lives. People wear this stuff when they have a kid. They wear it at their wedding. They wear it at, when their daughter graduates from high school. They're incorporating parts of your art and your expression into memories for them and into their lives. And they bring so much joy to me when they tell me how excited they are, because I get excited about this stuff too, but that's just because it's my thing.
Yeah.
You know how it's your thing and you love it. But when other people come to you and tell you, you just see it in their face and you hear it in their voice, and they tell me, how much they love something, or how they're like, oh, I've had 3 or 4 people, I stalk you on, I love your this, and I watch that. And so it reaffirms for me that sharing my gifts, like I said, I promised myself I would to the best of my ability, right? Doing that does matter and it does make an impact. That's why I can't wait to start teaching the workshop again. And then eventually I'll bring other coaches. I'm also a certified life coach. I'll bring other coaches in to eventually teach as well. But initially it'll just be me kind of doing my thing. I can't wait to see the impact of that on people too, because it's going to all come together. So when you come to a workshop, we'll have the Her Glow empowerment experience, and then afterwards you get to shop. You can come out and shop the stuff. So it's both. It's everything I do is about inner and outer beauty. It's not just one or the other. They're tied together. Who you are, that's where Her Glow comes from. That glow comes from within. It's not just the makeup or not just the outer. That's important, but it's that glow from within. It's really the glow of self-love that matters the most. That's it.
That's it. Yeah,
That's
that's it. You ever think about writing a memoir?
No, I absolutely. I just had a friend that just did her book. One of my best friends, and I'm so proud of her. Her book is fabulous. But I don't know. I don't. Like, would you ever write a memoir? Would you?
I think I could,
You think you could?
but it would take a lot of preparing because there'd be so much in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to be willing to be as deep and honest, and there'd be some stuff that I buried and it'd bring me to tears, and there'd be some stuff I'm like, someone might not understand it, or they might be pissed, or they don't agree, but I would have to be in that place to be ready to take that on.
Yeah. And it's kind of like if someone were to ask you, would you want a biography done? Would you want a movie about your life? I would never do that.
Really?
Oh, are you kidding? A movie about no, I've been through I'm like, I don't want to recreate every little thing I've been through. No. Okay. But would I write a biography? Probably not, but I would be open to, because I'm a writer and I love to write. I would maybe write something. I'm leaning more towards, I have ideas for TV shows and content, that kind of stuff. I'd maybe lean towards like something like that, but about myself, I don't know if
Loosely based?
Very loosely.
Okay.
But I don't know, when it comes to myself and my own experiences, gosh, I don't know if I'd want to recount them. Like you just said, you'd have to go back through, because you'd have to really go back through it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If
I would like to sign up to own the rights of your life story, and that would be amazing.
That's expensive, darling. I don't know if you could afford that.
Yeah.
It might be a little pricey. It might be a little pricey for you.
Well, how about if we do like percentages?
Percentages. We'll work it out.
All right. I'm all for it. So what you got coming up in the next couple of weeks, months?
Well, Monday's my birthday, December 23rd.
Mm.
So I'll be doing my little thing. I'm off all next week. I've been doing markets and pop-ups all month. I'm at Black Nativity. Shout out to Black Nativity at the Intiman Theater in Seattle on Broadway. I'm there every night because they have a fabulous Black-owned vendor market. So I've been at that. And then I have a couple more events this week. And then literally from December, let's see, next week I'm pretty much off except one day. Then from December 30th, I go to visit my dad in Maryland, so I'll be East Coasting for a couple weeks.
Okay.
And I'm done, man. I'm finished with the year. So I've really just been, busy this month with markets, like I said. But yeah, I'm looking forward to rest, relaxation, and I'm continuing to plan for next year. I'm already booking stuff out for next year. I want to do more traveling with the candy shop. I want to do Essence Fest next year, so I'm going to apply to that and try to see if I can get in that. And then I want to do, the Capitol Jazz Fest in DC, the DMV. I want to start to bring stuff. I'm going to do a couple things in LA. So yeah, just envisioning and planning, resting, but also just planning for next year and how I want that to go.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Ife.
Thank you.
Before you go, can you let people know how they can get in contact with you, check out the Her Glow Candy Shop?
Yes.
Or just say, hey, girl, I need that bracelet.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yes, absolutely. So the website is herglowcandyshop.com, herglowcandyshop.com. And same for Instagram. It's at herglowcandyshop. And on Facebook, facebook.com/herglowcandyshop. And those are the main ways to reach me. You can follow us, and you can always DM me, reach out to me. We got a bunch of new stuff coming next year. I'm introducing a new line specifically of statement earrings called Statements by Ife for my customers, for my women and men out there who love a large earring. If you're a big statement person, I've got a bunch of new stuff coming there, and some new bags, some new purse candy coming, new ring candy coming. So yeah, new stuff's I'm always creating.
I like that. Thank you. Please keep creating.
Thank you.
We all need it. We need it so much. Thank you, Ife. And invite me to one of those workshops. I'll just sit in the back. I'll be quiet. Invite me to one of those things, and whatever you don't believe me?
You gonna come if I invite you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let me know. Just don't do that thing where you let me know like 3 hours before.
Oh no, I never do.
Don't be that guy.
I'm never that.
Yeah.
I'm always early.
But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Continue all the hard work, and I wish you all the best for the new year. You deserve it.
Thank you.
And please, let's collaborate again. This was fun.
We will. Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
Do this for the ancestors, right?
We'll do it again for the ancestors.
All right. You're all right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
And I'd like to thank you guys for watching. As always, it's important to take care of others, but please make sure you take time to take care of yourself. Until next time, stay connected.